sa inyong lahat. Ako po si G. Tanji at simulan na natin ang ating live show for this month. Kasama natin ang attorneys natin na si Attorney Allison Aquino Silva at si Attorney Richard Loew.
This American Dream segment is brought to you by Aquino and Loew Law Firm, answering your immigration questions.
Before we get down to the nitty-gritty, we want to congratulate our big congratulations, of course, Attorney Allison Aquino Silva on the birth of your daughter.
Thank you so much, G. It's been a tiring month.
We are very excited for
very
you.
Joyous. Huh?
We can't wait to meet Sierra.
Sierra.
Sierra,
Yep.
that's right, Sierra. Okay, now, pag-usapan na natin itong Supreme Court decision on the expanded DACA and DAPA executive action programs. Attorney Richard Loew, let's talk about any updates that you have on DAPA and DACA.
Well, as you know, there was supposed to be a Supreme Court decision. The decision was that the Supreme Court made no decision. There was a 4-4 tie and breakdown between the judges, so they basically sent the matter back to the Texas Appellate Court to finish the case. So we have no decision. The injunction remains in place, so DACA and DAPA cannot go forward. The expanded DACA and DAPA cannot go forward at this time. Last week, in a sort of Hail Mary move, the government filed a petition for rehearing with the Supreme Court when there is a 9th judge impaneled, but the likelihood of that succeeding is very small, but it could happen.
Okay, so we are still anxiously awaiting Supreme Court's decision on the extended DAPA and DACA programs. And now let's talk about this T-visa. Ali, I know that the bakery workers were here recently and they were talking that they did get awarded this T-visa and they can now stay in the Philippines because they have been classified as trafficked into this country. Can you expound on what that entails?
Exactly, and congratulations to them because they went through some horrific experience, and the ability to now have the protection of being granted the T visa and the ability to remain here in the United States is just such a valuable award to them that they very much deserve. And so with the T visa, and you know, this is unfortunately very common in the Filipino community because of the type of jobs that are conducted by Filipinos here in the United States. And essentially a T visa is known as a trafficking visa, and it is a temporary type of visa that is provided to individuals who are victims of severe forms of trafficking. And so I guess the main question is, what is trafficking? And essentially trafficking, it has two components. It's either sex trafficking, so if an individual is brought into the United States in order to perform, be a prostitute or a child who is made to conduct sexual acts, that's sex trafficking. A more common, or not more common, but another form of trafficking is the trafficking of labor and work services. So with the Filipino community in particular, you have a lot of individuals working as caregivers, working like the bakers, working excessively long hours for very little wages. And like with the Filipino workers, sometimes they were made to work 17-hour days, get paid less than $3 per hour. And another component of trafficking is if a person is subjected to a large amount of debt. So say with the Filipino bakers, they were forced to pay back maybe like $11,000 for the privilege of, so-called privilege of being brought into the U.S. and taken advantage of. And within the community, it's very hard for people to identify themselves as victims of trafficking because a lot of the times they feel grateful for just being in the United States, having the ability to have a job. And you don't recognize that you shouldn't be working 17 hours. You shouldn't be paid $3 per hour. And so a lot of individuals, they need to first identify that you're not being given a benefit, you're being taken advantage of. You are a victim of trafficking, and that's what the T visa is for, in order to help individuals who are subjected to those type of very inhumane working conditions. And so it's people who are coerced to work excessively long hours. And so we're not talking about, people who don't get 2 hours of overtime, every other week. It has to be a severe form of trafficking is the first requirement for the T visa, that you are also cooperative with any type of investigation or prosecution that takes place, that the police or other government agency wants to take against whoever is conducting the trafficking. And you also have to be here in the United States is the third requirement. And the fourth requirement is that you would suffer extreme hardship if you were not granted the T visa and required to leave the U.S.
Okay, well, we are taking your calls live here in our studio. Please give us a call if you are watching us. The number is 1-800-553-5724. Unfortunately, we are not broadcast in Hawaii live right now, so if you are in the LA, please give us a call. We are here, and attorneys Allison Aquino Silva and attorney Richard Loew are here to take your calls. So please call us here on Kababayan Today at magbabalik kami. All right?